lively, gotta make it mine. From downtown streets to the Carroll Creek view, there's something special here, you feel it too. Morning Frederick, rise and shine. A city so lively, gotta make it mine. From downtown streets to the Carroll Creek view, there's something special here, you feel it too. Your host Dani, here to guide the way with a big smile. She brightens up your day, girls of your day. Good morning Frederick, rise and shine. City so lively, gotta make it mine. From downtown streets to the Carroll Creek view, there's something special here, you feel it too. Morning Frederick, rise and shine. A city so lively, gotta make it mine. From downtown streets to the Carroll Creek view, there's something special here, you feel it too. Your host Dani, here to guide the way with a big smile. She brightens up your day, girls of your day. Good morning Frederick, rise and shine. A city so lively.
Good morning, Frederick. Today is Wednesday, March 11th, and I am your host, Dani Gurrie. Welcome to Hump Day. Hope you're having a great week so far. My goodness. I'm telling you, it is scientifically, the study of when the sun shines and people's attitudes change immediately, like 180. You could have done that experiment here in Frederick the last 2 days. It has been spectacular. And now this is the slap in the face that's coming. Now today supposed to be warmer temps. I think they're calling for some rain, who knows. Pretty gray outside. I'm looking outside my window. And then it's going to drop back down. Hopefully, well, we know only temporarily. But you know what? I enjoyed every minute of it while it was here. I tried to get outside as much as I possibly could. But we've got Good Morning Frederick for you each and every day, whether the sun is shining or it's not, whether it's cold or it's hot. We got you. All right. Today's show, we got our morning roundup, Bob and AJ. We get Bob Miller from WFMD. And of course, AJ Randall is at Studio 401. Giving you your update of what's going on in and around Frederick County, what's in the news, what's making people talk. Then I've got two guests today. We've got Ginger Schwartzbeck, our old neighbor from Market Street, who has the Reverie Beverage company, which we kind of introduced when she first started it. I want to see the iteration of what's happening now. And she has a new company, I think, called the Moss Table. So we're going to find out about that. And then I got my good friend, Erin Lawson from United Way of Frederick County. We're talking Unity campaign. It is in full swing until next week. And, we interviewed one of the nonprofits who's featured on the Unity campaign. There's about 30 some, which is amazing. And we're going to get an update on how that whole fundraising campaign is going. And then, of course, I'm going to give you the highlights of what is happening in Frederick. Of course, you can always access the full calendar anytime you want, 24/7, using that short code link, which is bit.ly/EF calendar. Now, it is case sensitive, so be sure you capitalize that E and that F, and then you will get right there. Shouting out Mama Cone, tuning in this morning. Oh, she's got her sunrise pickup. Boy, she was sitting out in the sun yesterday for sure, recharging. All right, when you buy the Good Morning Frederick merch, Frederick Rescue Mission gets the proceeds. The online shop is open, promocircus.com/shop. And certainly if you're ever driving by North Market Street Extended, that's where we're located, and you see us there, come on in. We've got all of our stuff there for you. We just don't have regular hours yet. And we're doing a lot. It's so busy. We're recording 6 or 7 podcasts a week now. And but we always encourage you to stop by. Good morning to Pat Grossnickel checking in with us this morning. Thank you so much for the good morning. We appreciate when you leave a comment. Look, when you leave a little comment like that, it's not so little, helps push us out helps the algorithm to know that people are actually watching this show, and it is much appreciated by us. I can't even tell you how. All right, let's go ahead and get the Wednesday rolling right along.
Sponsored by Fusion Car Wash. Now with 2 locations in Frederick to serve you. One on Spectrum Drive near the FSK Mall, which is a full-service location. And TJ Drive with self-serve vacuums. Download the free Fusion Car Wash app and sign up for a monthly membership. And you can keep all your cars clean daily. FusionCarWash.com.
All right, this next segment we call the Morning Roundup. Going to give you an update of what's been happening, maybe while you were sleeping or maybe outside enjoying the beautiful weather.
It's time for the Morning Roundup with Dani, Bob, and AJ Randall. Here to get you caught up with everything you missed overnight on Good Morning Frederick.
This portion of Good Morning Frederick is powered by Ken's Automotive and Transmissions, Total Car Care. Need an oil change or brakes? Ken's Automotive and Transmissions can take care of that. How about exhaust or engine work? Ken's Automotive and Transmissions can do that too. No matter what you need for your car, Ken's Automotive and Transmissions is Total Car Care. Go to kenstrans.com to schedule an appointment today.
Well, happy Wednesday. Did you get your hair cut?
I did.
Oh, look at you.
I got it on Saturday. Thanks for noticing.
Little high and tight going on there. You enlisting?
You know what? That's the new style for me. I'm old. You know what? It makes it easier to keep. You know, it doesn't do the wacky doodle thing. I'm just, you know, if I knew I'd look good bald, I'd go bald. I'd just shave it. But I know I don't look good with hair. I know I ain't gonna look good bald. I ain't AJ Randall, and I'm just gonna count, you know, because the thing says, you know, in the morning, Dani and Bob and AJ Randall. We know who puts those together.
Wow. Coming out of the box nice and tight, Bobby. I love it.
I actually thought I was traded back to the other location, downtown Frederick, but like Max Crosby.
Dude, what happened? That's so bizarre.
So bizarre. What the heck?
Well, you know what? He
failed his physical.
He didn't pass the physical. I think they probably did a scope of his knee and said, yeah, no, we're not going to pay you all that. We're not giving up our future for a guy who could, you know, twist a knee in pre-camp and be done.
Now, on top of that, after the Raiders thought they dealt him, they signed a bunch of people. So they're going to be millions of dollars over the cap because they now have to take him back in all of his $100 million contract. So,
yeah, I would think that they'll probably be, hey, Jerry, you're stupid enough to take him.
Well, Jerry was the last one in it. So we'll see.
Yeah. I don't think
it's kind of like our house in South Carolina. The deals keep falling through and they keep going to the next bidder and the next bidder and the next bidder. So terrible.
Yep, absolutely.
Oh, boy. All right, AJ, what else is happening in and around the area?
Well, Frederick City Council unanimously approved a $1.7 million contract to demolish and rebuild the aging Hill Street skate park at Hill Street Park. The city picked Gridline Skate Parks out of Seattle to handle the design construction with $1 million of the total covered by federal grant. The new park could open early in 2027, is expected to last about 20 years, with 3 community input meetings planned to be shaping the final design. Local skaters and in park skate shop staff say the current 2004 era park has become unsafe, and they want the new build to be tourist worthy and regionally attractive. I didn't even know people were still skating. So, wow.
Well, Tony Hawk's still skating. So what does that say?
It's got to be attractive and touristy.
Yeah. Not sure. I don't know of any tourists like, you know what I want to do when I get to Frederick? I want to go to that skate park.
Yeah.
Skate it up a little bit.
Okay, look, on the flip side, I I mean, I do think if we create something cool, it could revive kids getting outside. And I think, skateboarding, I can't do it and never could even when I was younger. So, look, if we're going to build it, we might as well build something decent that's going to last 20 years. The last one has been 22 years. So, I don't mind it, up there. Hopefully it gets some kids into it. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, they need a place to duck down and sell drugs. I'm only kidding.
How are you? I want to be the first to break this news. According to Adam Schefter, the Ravens just signed defensive end Trey Hendrickson to a 4-year, $112 million contract after Max Crosby's trade was called off. So
Wow.
they have already agreed to terms to the second most expensive pass rusher in the free agency market, and that really means that thing I thought still had a chance to go through, but they are done. $112 million contract for Trey Hendrickson to be on the Ravens.
I mean, if you're Max Crosby right now, what are you thinking?
I mean, I don't know. That is bizarre. I don't think I've ever seen that happen, actually.
Deals fall through, but when you look at a player like that, but then again, these guys are commanding big dollars, and teams are going to sell out the farm to get these guys. They got to be in shape. I mean, they got to have, no issues. Max Crosby should have said, "Hey, look, I'll take my salary and I'll take it. I'll cut it in half. I'll do whatever it takes. I want to play football, but I understand it's a business." So,
but now don't you think like he's kind of damaged goods literally now?
Yeah, not kind of, very much so. So,
yeah.
And the Raiders actually might have to cut him. I'm telling you, they're over the cap, and he was the two highest paid people in this year's free agency were Max Crosby and Trey Hendrickson. And so they're, so who knows? That's an incredible story that happening right here in Baltimore.
Yeah.
We can't go a day or two to not talk about data centers, so let's talk about it. Frederick County Data Center Referendum Committee, that's the one that was collecting the signatures. They have collected 15,655 now, clearing that 15,000 minimum threshold that is needed to qualify for a referendum to overcome the county's 2,615-acre data center overlay zone. That's the one near Adamstown. They're still pushing towards an 18,000 buffer as in case invalid signatures such as Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck might happen there, but they have till March 15th to do that. So they have hit their preliminary goal.
So where do they, because Bob, you talked to Brad Young the other day who said they can collect all the signatures they want. It's not going to do anything. Where do they think it's going to do something? I don't understand.
Well, they take it to the election judge, like Randy said, or AJ said, and they will go through and look at the names and see whether or not, they're your dead relative from who's been gone for a long time, or Daffy Duck or Mickey Mouse or whatever. Right. And then they'll give it to the election judge and they'll make a determination whether it goes forward or not. But again, then if they say no, it's got to go to a court system because the charter does not allow for this. It doesn't. And then, because we listens all the time, like Gary Morton listens all the time. Brad Young gets 18,000 signatures to take out Chuck Jenkins and to install Gary Morton. It doesn't happen. It just doesn't happen that way. Now, if they would have been smart and tried to make a change to the charter to make an amendment to allow things like this, then that's another thing. But they didn't do that. I think this is just a way to kind of put it in the face of the council and go, we got a lot of people here who are signing things on. You may want to look at this because, some of you are going to be up for election soon.
Yeah.
I mean, playing hardball.
Yeah.
So did you sign it? I did not. I haven't seen it. I would sign it if I got to see it, but
I actually signed it as Popeye. Let's go to Walkersville last night, and Walkersville High alum Ray Boyd advanced to the top 20 in American Idol after performing the Jackson 5's I'll Be There during the show's Ohana round in Hawaii. She dedicated that performance to her older sister, Jamie Kay. Surprising her in the moment, the sisters held hands in the ocean and prayed beforehand. Boyd described her Hawaii experience as reflective, especially since her family adjusting after her father, Gerald, suffered a stroke last year. The episode fueled big emotional response at her watch party and continues to run deeper in the season, and she has now made it into the top 20. So congratulations to Walkersville's own Ray Boyd.
So my question is, she already knows that, right?
Yeah, it's already happened.
Yeah, because all that stuff's already happened. They've already filmed it. They've already done it. She and then they all go back once they get to a certain point and go to the live show.
Correct. That's the top 20, I think.
Yeah,
so I think she's going to be in the lives, which would be good.
I missed it by that much.
You did? I think it was your haircut.
Yeah, might have been.
The style.
They're like, we don't want people who are old, fat, and wrinkly.
You walked out on stage, you're like, and you're like, just keep walking.
Yeah. I hit my first note, and they're like, we have no idea what note that is, but it ain't noteworthy.
Maryland's blueprint law requires a $60,000 minimum teacher salary by July 1st, 2026, and state officials say only about half of the 24 districts have reached it. FCPS is still below the average at $57,600 in 2025 and 2026, up sharply from $46,000 in 2021, 2022. Blueprint officials say there's no waiver. The districts are racing through fiscal year 27 budgets and union negotiations to comply. The Blueprint board says enforcement tools may include withholding funding for districts that miss that deadline, which clear criteria expected in the spring.
I mean, again, how are you making a statewide policy when cost of living in the eastern part of the state and the western part of the state aren't anything like it? Plus, where is the not getting a raise if you're a crappy teacher? Where's that? I mean, and you're paying pensions and, all the benefits on top of this. This is where these counties go out. I mean, we're not going to be able to afford it.
Well, not only that, Cecil County, it says here, officials have a meeting and may require them to eliminate 85 positions because they can't simply pay that much money.
Right. So. Right. And then teachers are going to complain that there's no one there to help them. Well, you're making $60,000 in a place where you can buy a house for $10. And it's not really that. But I'm just saying, it's just, you can't make this a federal thing. You can't make this a state thing across the board. You just can't do it.
What
just
we need
dumb.
to do is get the signatures to rescind the blueprint for education in Maryland. That's what needs to go away because, as you mentioned, is the other parts of the salary included? So say you're, Dani, making $57,000 as a teacher, and yet you want to get your master's degree, and Frederick County pays for that.
Oh, yeah.
Is that considered part of your salary?
Yeah, the package is worth well over that for sure. First of all, you when you calculate everything you get, I think they pay, and I could be wrong. I have some friends that work for FCPS. I think they pay like literally $20 every 2 weeks for their benefits, health insurance and all of that, which is a pretty decent deal. Teachers are tenured at like 3 years? You can be tenured and then you're in and you get all the benefits of that. I just, and they get 3 months off, 2.5 months off a year. And they're, you know what I mean? Like and you can still take vacation during the school year, which to me is insane. So I don't know.
My sister-in-law in O'Shea, she works at a school as a lunch lady, right? 3 hours a day, maybe 3.5, and she gets full benefits, which they need. But but I'm like, hold on a second, that's 3.5 hours. That's
and not only do we pay all their education, so they're furthering continuing education, they also participate in quite a number of other programs. Like there are several people who work for the school system that are in my leadership Frederick County class. That's not cheap. And look, I'm not begrudging them of it, but at the same time, we have to look at where are the consequences when teachers aren't doing a great job? Where are the consequences when the budget, it far outweighs what the taxpayers can sustain, whether in Frederick County or any other county. I don't know. I get it. I know this is a very complex issue. It's like the minimum wage discussions and everything else, but you cannot blanket this across the state. It's insane. You can't, it just doesn't make any sense. Why wouldn't every teacher in Frederick County move to the western part of the state or the eastern part of the state and make their $60,000? I mean, it's just dumb. And then it pushes everybody else up because somebody who's making 60 or 62 right now wants 68 or 69. Like it's a vicious cycle.
Yes, it is. Maryland Attorney General Anthony Brown has asked federal court to pause the build-out of the Washington County warehouse into a detention center expected to hold up to 1,500 people while the state's lawsuit against DHS proceeds. Brown argues DHS moved forward without required environmental review and is pressing ahead in a way that could cause irreversible harm once construction starts. The request follows reporting that DHS ICE awarded roughly $113 million to a Gettysburg, Pennsylvania-based company for the conversion work. DHS did not immediately comment on the story.
And nor will they.
No.
They'll just let their lawyers go. Anthony Brown, away with you.
And down in Baltimore, Baltimore police officer responding to a burglary call Tuesday was shot in the leg. He was listed in stable condition after being taken to shock trauma. Police say a woman jumped from a window during a confrontation to another woman and held her at gunpoint before a second officer shot and killed that gunman. Officers described the exchange as fast-moving, with the subject firing at officers. No names were released, and police say the suspect was related to people at the home.
I mean,
side note, going down to the Maryland Aquarium, probably not safe right now.
No, I would not say. I would say so. So.
Oh Lord, I'm telling you, Baltimore. I used to live in Baltimore in the early '90s, and Fells Point was amazing. I loved it. You can't even get down to the Inner Harbor anymore. They're trying to sell the Galleria, which has been vacant for, 20 years or more. It's sad. It is so sad what has happened down there. It's a sad thing.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't know.
That's all I got. Bob, did you guys cover anything on WFMD?
Well, the only thing that we didn't discuss today, we did have a little sports, but our two high school teams fell in the semifinals. Frederick fell to Magruder. A last-second 3-point shot in regulation sent them into overtime, and I think Frederick might have been gassed out by then, and their kind of luck ran out on them. And Middletown scratched and clawed their way back to try to beat Lackey, but they just kind of fell short as well.
Lackey?
They kind of ran out. Lackey.
I've not heard of that school.
Lackey High School, I guess, yeah.
Interesting.
So,
all right.
Sad.
Well, they made it. They made it.
They got to the semifinals, state semifinals, and they represented well.
Yeah. Can't be upset about that. Well, spring is just around the corner, so we'll be talking baseball, softball, lacrosse, all of those games coming up soon as well. And look, our Frederick County schools, do pretty well considering. Yeah. So yeah, it's very cool.
Talented athletes.
Yeah. Very.
Right. We have 3 of them right here.
Yeah, I was a 4-year letterman in football, TJ.
Yeah. Did you do play sports, Dani?
Cheerleader. I was a cheerleader in school. Yeah, but
of course you were.
Yeah, more an entertainer.
And you still are a cheerleader today.
I still am a cheerleader. That's right. That's exactly right. All right. Thank you, AJ. Thank you, Bob. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to get back to our guests. We got Ginger Schwartzbeck, and we've got Erin Lawson coming up just after this. You guys have a great Wednesday.
Thank you, guys.
Too.
What makes for a perfect custom engagement ring? Truly understanding the elements that make a ring that's perfect for you. Custom by Colonial. The Colonial Jewelers box. There's just more in it.
Sponsored by Dublin Roasters is the Frederick Coffee House, fueled by love and positivity. Visit Dublin Roasters at 1780 North Market Street or at DublinRoastersCoffee.com, where you can order online and have coffee shipped right to your door. You can sign up for a monthly membership as well, open for curbside and deliveries 7 days a week.
All right. We are getting Ginger all set up. We're going to jump onto one more. Oh, I think she's good. Here we go. Hey, Ginger.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. Thank you. It's good to see you. Make sure you're really close to that mic and use your outdoor voice. Use your voice when you're yelling at your kids.
Right. I'm always so low too.
Well, it's great to see you. We were neighbors on Market Street and we've both moved on. Welcome to our new Studio 401.
I love it here. It's beautiful.
Thank you so much. All right. So we want to know what has been happening with you. You are now the Reverie Beverage Company, and you mentioned something as well about the Moss table. So I can't wait to hear all about this. Let's get an update.
Yeah, since the last time I've been on, things have really changed. After opening the Reverie at the shop, I noticed that there was a need greater than the shop. I really wanted to get out into the community, and instead of creating one all-inclusive sober space, if we're really about community, then we need to create a space that includes everyone. So now the Reverie Beverage Company is a mobile, non-alcoholic beverage bar. So I go to wedding venues, social events, gatherings, customer appreciations, where you would normally find like social hour and alcohol and not very many other options. When it comes to those who don't want to drink alcohol, you have soda, water, the same issues I was trying to cover before. But now I'm going to go to those spaces. And yeah, here we go.
Yeah.
Not only are we doing the mobile beverage bar, we're creating the craft events. We're really popular at the shop. Everyone liked to get together. And I noticed that when a whole bunch of strangers come together and we're working with our hands, a lot of like the connection and the conversations were amazing. We had a great time and I just couldn't let that die. So I have different venues and bars that will allow me to go in there and do the craft parties like I was doing at the shop.
Yeah.
So
That's
that's
very,
another.
very cool. And I love that you're doing this Moss table. I think this is so cool.
Yeah, we're still working on the website, but the Moss table was, I don't even think I had the shop closed for 30 days till I was like, I have not talked about herbalism in such a long time. Like, I'm dying. And so I was like, and I had always wanted to go and do, I did the herbal workshops at the shop. And so I wanted to be able to do that online because at the shop, I could only teach those who would come in.
Right.
And even though like we had large groups and it was amazing, now I can get out there into the whole country. My goal is 100 members.
Okay.
And now that we're doing to the whole country, like it was easy for me to get 10, 15 people in at a workshop.
Right.
So now, so the herbal or the Moss table, what that's set up around is I am going to teach how the herbs help support the body.
Yeah.
How the body system, I have this method, the think method. That was really fun to create. And it was because I had time to slow down and think about it. So it's just a whole process of, you don't need to know, like you don't have to go and get a certificate or anything and learn the whole system like most herbalism groups do. I teach you how to, let's look at the symptoms. Let's hone in on what needs to be supported, and then we can choose the herb that way. So it removes a lot of the overwhelm, and it helps. I just want to help parents not outsource their discernment for their children.
Yeah, I see you're doing the make your own succulent teacup, and that's coming up March 31st. And is this online as well, or this is in person?
Yeah, this one is in person.
Okay.
This is one of those craft events that we're doing, and I
Yep.
have a large portfolio. I think I have like 50 classes in there now, so that we can keep. So we'll do different seasonal things. We have the teacup. I have other terrariums, felted projects. Yeah, it's really fun to be able to slow down and figure out how to put all this together and
Yeah.
put it back out into the world again.
Well, we knew that when you left the Market Street location, while at the time it served its purpose for sure, that you were going to be on to bigger and better things and just reaching a bigger audience, which is what you've always wanted to do. So we're so happy that with both of these opportunities, you are able to get out more regionally and go to where the people are, right? It is one thing to bring 15, 20 people to Market Street, but when you can have an effect over hundreds or even more thousands of people, that's really wonderful. So with the Reverie Beverage Company, so how is it the mobile bar service? They can reach out to you and have you at one of their events, which I think it's very important. I mean, I think if you look nationally, alcohol sales are down across the board. More and more people are taking kind of dry January to the rest of the year, and it's becoming, more infrequent, that people are having beverages. Not only is it just the health part of it, but certainly, the driving and all of those things. So I think it's going to continue to take off.
Yeah. Along with the health and the driving, we have those who are pregnant. Like, we know how hard it is when we're
Sure.
in that, and we
Yeah.
have to be sober for so long. And then this can be something for mom groups. Like, it just really creates a really nice setting, and it gives us elevated drinks instead of soda and water, which makes it
Yeah.
really fun. So yeah,
Yeah,
there's
it's
so many
nice to
different
have,
ways.
look, it's nice to have something that's a little bit more elevated, whether you're, for health reasons, practical reasons, or you just, you want something a little bit different. And I love that you guys are experimenting with these different things to make, an elevated cocktail that people can have no matter what. So I think that's really great. Are you guys getting really booked out, especially with the nicer weather coming?
Yeah. So we're still structuring the websites and stuff.
Okay.
The Reverie, we just looked at that. That should be done by the end of the week, with how people can reach out and book me at
Yep.
www.doyoureverie.com.
Yeah.
So they can go in and do that. I have also been going to expos, and I really wanted to meet the owners of those who made the ready to drink drinks. I guess.
Yeah.
And so I've been really connecting and just trying to get everything structured. And
Sure.
right now is when we're like, I'm putting it all out there. It's the beginning of March. I closed the end of December, and so I've really nose to
Yeah.
the grindstone for the last 2 months, and have been, because this isn't just a, hey, like, let me go out and create a fun thing. Like, it's really a movement that's starting, and that's where all of the trends are pointing to. And so I really want to learn how I can help best serve this as it grows, and educate. Although we love the fun part of it, like, I'm really here to educate people on
Yeah.
what all the options are.
Well,
including that
we
space.
wish you all the best and know that you're going to be successful, because we know this is your calling, and it just is a little diversion around what, and this happens to all of us. You think
Yeah.
you're on the path, And while the end goal is very similar, sometimes just the way we get there is adjusted. So I'm so happy that you didn't give up. I knew you wouldn't, but I know, I know it's disappointing, but all for the best reasons, right? I mean, I think that's what we have to look back on, that sometimes we don't see it at the time in the moment, but later you go, okay, I needed to separate from that so that I could grow what's coming. So I think it's phenomenal, and it's going to keep continuing to grow. I want you to come back like at the end of the summer after things are really swinging, so we can maybe try some of the cocktails again, and you can bring your mobile unit out, and we can show some people around here too what everything looks like and what they can expect from that if you want.
Definitely. I've been reaching out to different, like the Downtown Partnership. I want to reach out to Celebrate Frederick, Parks Rec, so that I can find different spots just to pop up and let people experience it.
Yeah.
In the different settings. So
yeah, I mean, it'd be great
around
to have at events like Alive at 5 and things like that. Like I think it's really important to offer something other than water at those events. And this could be a really great opportunity for you. So yeah, definitely stay in touch. Well, you got to be now the third person to sign our guest wall. I think.
I saw that. I'm so excited.
Yeah, I know. We have it all cleaned up. New guest wall. We're getting started with that. Of course, as I've said a million times, if you've been on the show before, you got to come by and stop and fill our new wall. But we're gonna have you sign that, and then after that, we're gonna take a quick break, and we're gonna come back with Erin Lawson from United Way of Frederick County. All right. Thanks, Ginger. We'll stay in touch for sure.
Yeah. Thank you. And congrats.
All right.
It's beautiful.
All right. Grab a marker and we're going to follow you outside.
All right.
All right. We've got, let me just get this up. I think there we go. We got AJ. That's our new Studio 401. Look at that. Ginger's going to grab a marker and she's going to go out and sign the wall. And then, so this is our new guest wall. And we say, where every guest leaves their, it's raining. I didn't even realize that. Leaves their mark on Frederick. And we've got our Everything Frederick Live, Good Morning Frederick, and of course, Studio 401. There she goes. Ginger is on the wall. I love it. All right, we're going to be back right after this.
Sponsored by A&S Construction is a local and award-winning woman and minority-owned business located right here in Frederick, servicing Frederick County and surrounding areas. A&S Construction specialize in roofing and siding, windows and gutters, and they can even build you a new patio or deck. Call 301-703-2157 or email info@ansconstruction.net. You can get $750 off any roof or siding replacement or $50 off any roof repairs. Just tell Sandra that Dani sent you.
All right, we're heading back to Studio 401 on Market Street Extended. My good friend Erin Lawson from the United Way of Frederick County. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am excellent. So glad to have you at our new studio. Thank you for coming out today. Thank you. All right. So we are right in the midst of the Unity campaign. Let's get an update. How is everything going so far?
So far, we're doing really great. We've raised over $350,000 so far to support 36 nonprofits here in our community. So, and we're just about halfway through. So there's still lots of time to go.
Yes. Okay. So let's go for some people who may not know, which I can't believe that exists, but there are some people who might not know about the Unity campaign. Now, we have had actually one of the nonprofits come on the show. 36, is that the most ever?
So we had 37 last year, 36 this year. So we typically try to stay in that 35 to 37 range. Yeah.
I mean, it's just extraordinary that and some of them change year to year. but that we have so many amazing nonprofits here in Frederick that you have to actually apply
Yes.
and be accepted for the Unity campaign. Now, we talked with Blessed Provisions Diaper and Toiletry Bank, which is amazing.
Yep.
You can see, so each individual nonprofit, you can read more about them, and they each have their own goal.
Yes. Yeah. unityfrederick.com. You can go and check out all of the different organizations that are involved. They will tell you what they're working towards, what their organization supports, what the money will support. And you can donate right there to 1 or 36 different organizations.
Yeah, so you have a choice. You can earmark the funds that you donate toward a specific nonprofit, or it just goes in the big fund, right? And then it gets distributed amongst. Is that how it works?
Yes. So if you want to support the matching funds, so a portion of every gift during the Unity campaign is matched, which is a great incentive for donors to give right now. So if you want to be a part of that match rather than supporting one organization, if you want to support 36, you can give to the incentive match fund, which is an option when you give on the giving page. And it really just helps amplify the gifts of every donor of this campaign.
Yeah, and every year I'm shocked that there are some on here that I've never heard of. And that is, again, another great opportunity to raise awareness about some of these nonprofits doing amazing work in our community. This is what makes Frederick, I just like no other place I've ever been, where we have so many. Again, Shift Turn Collective, never heard of them. I'm going to have to, every year I have to go on and see who don't I know. Yep. And make sure I am reaching out to them, because it just really is an extraordinary thing. So this is where you can actually just give to one, but moreover, you can just find out information about each one. And there's many ways for you to give, of course. unityfrederick.com, right? Is that it?
Yep,
the website?
unityfrederick.com.
Right. You can text Unity FC26 to 71777. You can find out all the ways that you can give, making it simple, because we know when we keep it easy, it makes it easier for a lot of people to give. 352,000. Your goal is 650,000 this year. Is that an annual goal each year, or is it bumped up a little bit based on the needs?
Bumped up a little bit. Last year we raised just shy of 700,000. The economy is still tough. Things are more expensive. We're all feeling it, I think, when we go to the gas pump, to the grocery store. So we kept it at 650 this year. We'd be thrilled to support our community with that amount of money, and would be extremely grateful to the donors who are giving for that. Of course, we'd love to grow from year to year. So if we beat 700,000, I'd be thrilled.
Yeah, of course.
Would be thrilled with 650 too.
Yeah, look, I mean, I think that it is, again, every year you guys just continue to impact our community in phenomenal ways. Let's talk a little bit, and I think more and more people are starting to understand the term Alice and Alice household. But for those that aren't familiar with that terminology, let's talk a little bit about United Way on a broader front and the Alice households and how you guys are impacting families right here in Frederick.
Absolutely. So if you're unfamiliar with the term Alice, we are definitely trying to make that more of a household term, but it stands for asset limited, income constrained, and employed. Essentially, these are folks in our community who are working. They are sometimes working 2 or 3 jobs, but still struggling to make ends meet. These folks are often making above the poverty line, but below a basic cost of living. And so they still have difficulties paying for groceries, keeping the lights on in their house, paying for medical bills, those basic needs that we have. They're just struggling to make the mark and need a little bit extra support and love from our community. The average cost of living for an individual here in Frederick County as of the last Alice report, which is using 2023 data, so I anticipate that it's much higher actually here in 2026, is just shy of $50,000. So just to pay your bills, keep the lights on, that's not anything extra. And we know that that's, growing by the minute. So,
Well, yeah. I mean,
yeah.
we talk about it daily, right? All
Yeah.
families are struggling, but certainly those where you always say your one car repair, medical bill,
One crisis.
those unexpected, one heat pump goes out or
Yeah.
whatever it is that can literally send you into a tailspin. And
Absolutely.
the fact that the United Way is there for people with resources, and not only that, but certainly for people trying to get back from maybe something that has happened that's been devastating and rework their way back into the community through financial guidance and assistance and education, helping to get a vehicle, because we know here in Frederick County, if you don't have a vehicle, it's very difficult to get to
Almost
work or
impossible.
doctor's
Yeah.
appointment. Yeah. And what are you guys seeing in the broader sense of Frederick County, that we really need to kind of be aware of?
So transportation and housing continue to be two of the main pain points for Alice families. I think even if you're not an Alice family, you can feel the housing pain. Affordable housing is something that there's just not enough of it here in our community. And I know there are many wonderful organizations that are working towards, increasing that number. But it's still just a major pain point. And then transportation, like you mentioned, we've got a great public transportation system, but it doesn't run on Sundays and it doesn't get to, all of the areas that folks need. The hours,
Right.
may not be able to take them to work if they're working an overnight shift or something like that. So
Yeah.
those are two of the issues that we continue to see.
Yeah.
And we're fortunate to have programs to support those issues. We've got match savings programs to help folks purchase a car through Second Chances Garage. We have match savings to purchase a home. So we have programs to
Yeah.
assist, but we continue to see them as a challenge.
Yeah. So I would recommend, if you hear anybody, maybe in your church, maybe at your school organizations, or people talking about, hey, we're in a tough space, reach out to the United Way, find out about this programming. I know with tax time as well, United Way provides some support with taxes and things like that. I know I surprised you with this one, but
No, that's
can you
great.
talk a little bit about that too? Because I know taxes are one of those things that, you can do them yourself, but sometimes having somebody else's
it's a doozy.
input helps you out a little bit more.
Yes. So we have a program called VITA, Volunteer Income Tax Assistance. Make sure I got that right. And VITA is operating right now through April 15th, tax day. It is free tax preparation for Alice households. We operate it at the Bernard Brown Community Center downtown at the corner of 7th and Market, which is right where our office is. And you can make appointments now by calling 211, which, if you're not familiar with 211 is a great community resource hotline that you can call 24/7, share what you're going through, what your experience is, and they can share, where the best place for help might be. But they can also schedule your tax appointment. So we'd love to assist any Alice households that may be out there listening with their taxes this year.
Yeah, and that 211 is an amazing resource, not only for that, but for a lot of other things. If you just find yourself in a tough way, the people on 211 can actually direct you to the resources you may not even know that are available. And again, one of the greatest things about living in Frederick County is I can guarantee you there is a nonprofit in the space that you have a need. And again, just like I said, there's some you may not even know about. Between the United Way and 211, I'm sure they can direct you. Erin, thank you so much for coming in today.
Of course.
We'll keep promoting the Unity campaign. It ends on a week from today.
Yes, March 18th is the last official day. But if you're a little late to mail in your check or get your donation in, gifts are matched through the end of the month. So got a little
Okay. And
extra
are you
time.
guys doing a finale like you have in the past?
We are. So we just booked a finale wrap-up event to celebrate at Frederick Social. So if anyone wants to come out on March 18th, we'll be there from 5:30 to 7:30. They're going to make a cocktail and a mocktail with a portion coming back to the match fund. So stop on by and come and see us.
Yeah. Thank you so much. UnityFrederick.com. Check it out. Just educate yourself about these amazing nonprofits working in our space, as well as the United Way, constantly there for our community. We appreciate you guys very much. And yeah, we'll see you on the 18th for sure.
Awesome. Thanks,
All
Dani.
right.
So good to see you.
Yeah, you as well. All right, we're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to come back with what's happening in Frederick right after this.
Sponsored by Maryland Lottery. Tons of ways to win. Hot scratch-offs like Big Money, where a $5 ticket could net you $50,000, or the $2 Monopoly ticket with a top prize of $10,000. Go to mdlottery.com for all the details. Plus, you can download the app and scan your tickets to see if you're a winner. Must be 18 to play. Please play responsibly.
All right, we're heading out. Erin is putting her signature on our guest wall. Thank you so much for that. Gotta have that there. All of our guests leave their mark on Frederick for sure, not only here, but right on the window at Studio 401. Love her. All right, let's see. It's Wednesday. We got to get to what's happening. Oh, I just got rid of myself. What's happening in get rid of what's happening in Frederick. Let's do that right now.
Sponsored by Intense Barbecue. Family-owned barbecue food truck and catering company cooking in small batches to ensure that the food is the freshest it can be. Intense Barbecue can cater your events, and they do any kind of food. It doesn't have to be barbecue. Find them at sebbq.com and satisfy your meat tooth.
Okay. Well, if you want to come, we debut a new podcast, Spiritual Signs of Metaphysical Minds, debuts on Friday this week. And then the third Friday of every month, we're going to do a live show with some psychic readings with some guests in studio. Now, we're only going to have about 10 spots, but if you want 2 of those, one for you and one for a guest, all you have to do is text psychic to 888-465-2944. And you can be in the studio audience and potentially get a reading. We've got Alexis and Bridget who host that podcast. And the podcast is going to be all about kind of metaphysical things as well. So text psychic to 888-465-2944 if you want to join. All right, we got some highlights on our events now through April 11th, which I believe is opening day. I'm not sure if it's the 11th or 12th, but reach out to Frederick American Little League or Frederick Girls Softball. You can ask your questions there. You can register your kids, get them outside. I know now that the weather's getting nicer, it's a little easier to start picturing those spring outdoor sports. All right, March this weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you can go see Cat on a Hot Tin Roof with Other Voices Theater. It is on Jefferson Street, and when you go, you're supporting local theater, local actors, students and adults. And we love our local theater here in Frederick. March 27th, it is the Battle for South Mountain, the Brunswick staff versus the Middletown staff. Now, Brunswick is down 2-0, but every game has been within 5 or 6 points. So we're hoping maybe Brunswick can pull it out for this third year. But either way, the Mental Health Association is the winner because it is the beneficiary of all the proceeds. Doors open at 5:45, games at 6:30. If you check out Battle for South Mountain online, there is a QR code where you can purchase tickets ahead of time or you can get them right at the door. April 1st, our 2-year anniversary party for Good Morning Frederick is coming to 1 Warman's Mill Court. It's going to be so fun. I hope you guys can all attend. Make sure it's on your calendar. And on the 6th, we kick off our countywide adult egg hunt. I want to thank Uncle Ralph's Bakery, Fourth Dimension Fun Center, and A&S Construction. We got tons of great prizes, lots of gift cards, $500 cash, Maryland Lottery scratch-offs, Good Morning Frederick merch, and lots more. All right, today is the cocktail class at 10th Ward with them and Maxwell's during Collab Week. and that's at 7 o'clock. You want to go to 10th Ward's website, find out details about that. Tomorrow, the Wonder Grand Opening Celebration. They're having it at the Chamber. Now, this is the place, I talked about this on one of my reels. So it's really interesting because I thought, it was kind of like a food warehouse. I don't know how to describe it, where all the little restaurants had stalls and you could go to each one, but it is not actually. It looks like a kiosk, and you basically go in and you can order items from multiple different restaurants, and then they bring it out to you all at once. So we're going to have to check this out and see what it's all about. I've seen some of the other locations. I'm interested that they chose Frederick to expand to. So we will have to see what is the wonder with Wonder. But they're having their grand opening celebration at the Chamber tomorrow, or the 12th. Yeah, tomorrow at 4:30. At 6 o'clock tomorrow, head to Sieber Arts Library, where you can hear from the candidates running for Board of Education. It's a forum. You should be educated, and make sure the ones you're voting for are the ones who are putting forth things you want your children to be privy to. At 6 o'clock as well, the last of the good old boys is just on Thursday for this week and last week because of some scheduling conflicts. But tomorrow features the Sons from Scotty's Bus. And you can watch on Everything Frederick Live. You should subscribe right now. Tons of great content. Last night's show, the Spirit program, was phenomenal. And so we have that at 6. And then at 7 on the same channel, Feel Good Frederick is hosted by Sharon Pachenik. And it is mental health for everyone. And I love it. She talks to a lot of great different people. And I love that about every podcast we have on the Everything Frederick Live channel. March 13th, which is Friday, we debut Spiritual Science and Metaphysical Minds as well on the Everything Frederick Live YouTube channel. And at 8 p.m., you can go see Cat on a Hot Tin Roof at Other Voices Theater. And 8:30, the Learned Doctors, my good friends, are playing at Benstown. And I'm going to have to check them out. I haven't been out in a long time, but I also haven't seen them live. All right, March 14th, you're going to want to kind of clear that calendar. We're already starting to see the weekends fill up really rapidly. You can start your day with car washes for causes at Fusion Car Wash on TJ Drive. You can purchase a membership, and 40% is going to be donated. Now, if you go on Saturday, 40% will be donated to Reforge. And then maybe you take another car on Sunday, and Helping Hands and Caring Hearts will benefit. Saturday is also at 10 a.m. The 55th Annual Maple Syrup Festival is at Cunningham Falls State Park. I can tell you that only since TikTok or YouTube, social media, did I ever understand what tapping and getting syrup look like. To get the liquid, and then they boil it down to get the syrup, and how it's like 10 gallons or something. I don't know, maybe even more. 50 gallons. It's no wonder syrup's so expensive. Equals like one little pint of syrup. It's pretty fascinating. So if you take your kids, take the family, and go check it out. 10 a.m. also, Kegs and Eggs kicks off at Rockwell Brewery. They've got live t-shirt printing, live music. 11 to 2 is Race to Feed at Hood College, benefiting Blessings in a Backpack. You can take over some donations or just go watch the competition. 11 o'clock, the St. Patty's Party kicks off at Rack Brewing. At noon, you can go to Old Mother Brewing. At 4 o'clock, the Leprechaun Luau is at the Frederick Fairgrounds. You can get your tickets for that. At 6 o'clock, it's Clutch the Future. It's a purse auction benefiting woman-to-woman mentoring. That's at Hood College. And at 8, you can go to the theater. And at 8:30, you can head over to Benstown for their St. Patty's Party. Whew. When we got stuff going on the 5th on Sunday as well. If you're survived Saturday, you can go check out all the great stuff. Clover Clash is at Shuck and Shack. The Easter Bunny is at the airport. You need to book online to secure your spot to see the bunny with your family. You can head to the 55th annual Maple Syrup Festival. Maybe best to hold off to Sunday for that because so much going on Saturday. And then at 1 o'clock, there's an afternoon tea at the Delaplane hosted by Wish. And then on Monday, we've got that supporter social for Phoenix Recovery High School being held at Frederick Social. All right, that's about wraps it up for me. Hope you have a great midweek. Lots of great stuff coming. Appreciate all your support, your comments, your sharing, and your subscribing. We've topped 2,000 subscribers on YouTube. We'd love to get to 3,000 by the end of this year. I hope you can help us make that happen. Have an amazing day. Let's get out there. Let's be great, Fred.
Sponsored by Fusion Car Wash. Now with 2 locations in Frederick to serve you. One on Spectrum Drive near the FSK Mall, which is a full-service location. And TJ Drive with self-serve vacuums. Download the free Fusion Car Wash app and sign up for a monthly membership. And you can keep all your cars clean daily. FusionCarWash.com.